The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Bit by bit, the Texas Tech men's basketball schedule is coming into play. We don't have the list of teams or dates yet in completion, not only for the non-conference but also for the Big 12 conference. You know who you're playing in the Big 12 and how many times you're playing certain teams. Remember, there's going to be 20 games on the men's side this year, which I'm really excited about.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
I'm really excited about the 2 additional games. I don't...
You heard the neutral site, right? I kid.
No, they're not. But I mean, I'm getting ready to talk about a neutral site situation. Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm excited about that. And what I was going to say is, you'll never get to a point where you're playing everybody twice again. It's just the league's just too big.
Too big. Yeah.
You know, it's just too big.
And that would be a murderer's road.
That would be. Yeah, that would be to play 32 conference games. But you're going to play 20, and so that means you'll have roughly 12 non-conference games. And you'll play a certain number of teams twice and a certain number only on the road and a certain number only at home. The women will continue to just play 18 games. I wish they'd gone to 20, but
I don't understand
why they didn't.
Yeah.
I don't either. I think that was my understanding, that was a coach's decision, a league coach's decision. Would seem to me it would make more sense now.
So to me, that says those coaches are saying, hey, we'd rather have 2 more guaranteed wins.
Yeah, or 2 more guaranteed home games or something like that. But
A, B, probably both.
Yeah.
Yep.
Although, and the women's non-conference schedule hasn't been announced yet, but my understanding is there's going to be 2 non-conference games on the road plus a classic. So it's not all the incarnate words of the world.
That's good.
But I think you're going to play them again this year. Anyway, the bottom line is this. I wanted to talk about the men's side. They announced yesterday that Texas Tech will be playing 2 nights in Brooklyn as part of the Old Trapper. This is the 17th annual Legends Classic presented by Old Trapper. I think that's a liquor company. I'm not certain.
Old Trapper? That's beef jerky.
Beef jerky. Oh, okay.
You know, like Big 12, major sponsor.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Okay.
Are you beef jerky? Are you?
I mean, a bit. Like when I hike, I take some with me, but that's really the only time for me.
I mean, there's times when I like if I'm going on a road trip or something, I'm like, you know.
Again, it's great for hiking.
Yeah.
But that's really Joyce and Clint are really into beef jerky.
Are they?
They're big beef jerky guys.
Are they beef jerky snobs?
No, they just really like it.
Okay, I like it too. Somebody points out 30 conference games. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I can't play yourself, right? So anyway, Texas Tech will be playing in the 17th annual Legends Classic in Brooklyn. They'll take on St. Joseph on November the 21st at the Barclays Center. And that will follow a matchup between Texas and Syracuse in the first game. Then the 2 semifinal winners will meet at 8 o'clock on Friday, November the 22nd. And the third place game, quote, third place game, will take place at 6 o'clock that day. This is Tech's 3rd time to play in this classic. They did it in 2008 and 2013. I'm kind of surprised the Texas-Syracuse game isn't the second game, to be honest with you. I don't know how far Syracuse is from Brooklyn, but would seem like in that area that Syracuse would at least be a draw. It's
a drive. I mean, it's 6 hours ish probably.
But still, I mean,
sure.
Like the greater New York area.
They have a ton of fans in that area.
Yeah, the greater New York area would just seem like that would be the case. Tech's 0-2 all time against St. Joseph. Losing in the second round of the 2004 NCAA tournament, 70-65.
Maybe they felt like the prime time was at 7 o'clock, not 9 o'clock.
probably, in terms of the television aspect of it.
Yeah,
because it's 8 o'clock our time, which is 9 Eastern, so 7. That would make sense. 7 o'clock Eastern, but still, I mean, you got to get off early to. It's not just the easiest place to get to, with traffic and everything along those lines. And then the other time that Tech played St. Joseph was in 1951 when they won 62-58. Okay, so Texas Tech against Syracuse is 1-1. The last time they played was 2005, and of course, long time that you've played Texas. So. Okay, let's just say you win. Okay, let's say you beat St. Joseph. Who would you rather the Red Raiders face, Texas or Syracuse, in the second game?
You said the Red Raiders won?
Yeah, the Red Raiders won.
I would want to face Syracuse.
Face Syracuse, okay.
Because I would want Syracuse to beat Texas.
Okay.
If you lose, I hope you play Texas. Because I would want Syracuse to have beaten Texas.
Okay.
I'm going to root for my teams to win as many as possible.
Yeah, no, I got you.
I don't want them to be together in misery.
I got you.
And I'm not going to root for one to lose just to avoid the matchup.
Okay. I got you.
Should be an easy W for the Red Raiders. The Cuse are, they've been riding shotgun on the struggle bus a couple years now.
Yeah, since Jimmy Boeheim.
Yeah, it was...
He was on the stand.
He was still there when it was started struggling. Yeah.
Right. He did. So anyway, so that's probably to come. I would imagine we'll get into football season just a little bit and then have a schedule. Although it's still kind of amazing to me that we don't have a basketball schedule yet. And I know I kind of say this every year, and I know I've said this earlier, but I mean, the season, September, October, November, we're less than 3 months away from the season. Now, on the men's side, you're not trying to use your schedule to try to sell any tickets because your season tickets are sold out.
It's good news.
Yeah, it's good news. So, but still, it's really more of curiosity standpoint, so I can put it on my calendar and go, okay, that's the game I can go to, that's the game I can go to, and that's the game I can go to.
Joyce and I were having this conversation yesterday. I just wanted you to know that I told him, man, you got a little Chuck Heinz in you. He's also very anxious for some things. Yeah. He was actually talking about the baseball schedule.
Was he? Okay.
I was like, they'll give it to us in December. It's okay.
Yeah, it'll be a little while.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Time for this day in sports history. Today is August the 15th, 2024. With this day in sports history is Jeff McGuire.
1964 is where we will start, gentlemen, with American long jumper Ralph Boston setting the world record, 27 feet 3.5 inches at Kingston, Jamaica.
What year was that?
1964.
Okay. Ralph Boston.
Also on this day in 1964, Mayor Richard J. Daley of Chicago declares Ernie Banks Day, honoring the Cubs baseball player.
Did you do it twice that day or just once?
Just once, but it would have been fitting to do it twice.
It would have been fitting.
That's funny.
Before and after. 1975, Major League Baseball Baltimore Oriole manager Earl Weaver is ejected from both games of a home doubleheader against the Texas Rangers.
He was salty.
Apparently.
Doesn't that beg the question, though? Like, what did Mrs. Weaver do that day?
I don't think she had much control over Mr. Weaver. I don't know. He was fiery. There's no.
That just feels like he came to the ballpark angry.
Yeah.
Did she, back into
somebody parked in his parking spot?
Did she back into the fence, pulling out of the garage? Did she, gripe at him about taking out the trash, or could have both things could have been his fault. Who knows? But,
sure.
But he was still angry with her about it. Or one of the kids.
Or one of the kids.
Were the kids fighting over a pair of shoes or whatever it is they were fighting about.
I know what happened. He's on the way he's getting ready to go to the ballpark to go to work. He opens the front door and the dog bolts and does I'm going to run around the neighborhood for 20 minutes while you're trying to chase him down in the car, and he's running after him. And he's not as fast as he used to be. The dog doesn't care. He thinks we're playing at this point. You finally get the dog inside, and the dog's just being the dog, so you can't be mad at the dog, but you don't get a chance to vent out that frustration. So then he took it out on the umpire.
I think they forgot or just didn't care to put his ketchup in the bag when he went through the drive-thru on the way to the park. That's what I think happened.
A little salty.
1990, Mark McGwire is the first player to hit 30 home runs in each of his first 4 seasons. Sad day for Nolan Ryan fans today in 1993. He got win number 324.
Last one?
It would be his final victory in a Rangers 4-1 win over the Indians. 1997, Los Angeles Dodgers retire a number of a guy who they initially cut.
Tommy Lasorda?
That would be correct. Number 2 retired by the Dodgers on this day. And in 2017, former Red Raider Danny Coulombe enters the game in the 6th inning and faces a total of 4 batters, gets 4 outs in a 10-8 A's win over the Royals. It is National Lemon Meringue Pie Day.
Does it have the meringue on the top?
Lemon Meringue Pie Day.
Okay. Just want to make sure it wasn't like whipped cream. It has the real meringue on top.
Lemon Meringue Pie Day.
That's really good. I really
Emphasis on meringue.
Yeah, I really love the meringue. Not every day, but I mean, it's every once in a while. The lemon meringue pie tastes really good.
I like lemon flavored things. I could never try lemon meringue pie. That whole thing going on at the top there, the meringue looking thing,
a little too thick for you.
Whatever meringue is, it just I can't get past the look.
I love it.
That's good. I'll save all my pieces for you.
Thank you.
That's good because today is Lemon Meringue Pie Day.
Does it have lemon in it, Jeff?
Yeah.
That's the rumor. But it's definitely Meringue Pie Day.
Any coconuts on top?
There's no coconuts.
No coconuts
just meringue.
on top.
Yeah. Happy birthday to Jennifer Lawrence, who's 34, Joe Jonas, 35, Ben Affleck, 52, Gary Kubiak, 63 today.
Okay.
You guys want to hear about a concert, a ditch, or the inspiration for a play?
A ditch.
A ditch. Is that a unanimous decision in there?
No, I was thinking about
We're
the
not
concert.
unanimous on anything.
I'm trying.
I was thinking about a concert.
I went for the one that seems the most boring because I think it's going to surprise us with how interesting it is. I mean, why else would he talk about a ditch unless it's really cool?
Is this the beginning of the Erie Canal?
This is not the beginning of the Erie Canal. This is 1914, the completion of the Panama Canal connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. It's inaugurated with the passage of the USS vessel Akon, a cargo and passenger ship. And remember, the directions for the Panama Canal, when you're going to go from the Atlantic to the Pacific, you actually go east.
You go east. Okay.
The entrance to the eastern portion of the canal is more west than the exit is.
Oh, okay.
Because that was the easy way to go through.
He's not looking that up. That's just off the top of his old noggin knowledge there. That's the 1%er right there.
Mm-hmm.
And that is this day in sports history.
All right,
in 1 minute, he's bringing you stories about dogs escaping, and
lemon meringue pie.
next minute, he's telling you that. Apparently, it has meringue in it.
That's the rumor. I need to verify it for myself. We need a case study on the pie.
just wanted to
Does
make
chocolate pie have chocolate in it?
It does, yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to give you something to talk about for later on.
I wonder
today.
what they put in apple pie.
I don't know.
Raisins.
When they put raisins and stuff that doesn't belong in it, that disturbs me.
Like what?
Oh, like sometimes in cupcakes or stuff like that.
That's a weird cupcake. I've never had a
raisin cupcake.
Cupcake with a raisin in it. I like raisins.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Top of the old noggin is apparently a horse name. Meringue is baked egg whites. I did not know that. I'd prefer. Sometimes I just don't want to know how the sausage is made, right?
Or meringue, apparently.
Or meringue, right? Or meringue.
It just looks gross to me.
6:52 this morning here on the Morning Drive. Astros are off today. They'll open up a series at home tomorrow with the Chicago White Sox, who just concluded a series with the New York Yankees. Davis Martin pitched last night for the Yankees. I mean, the Yankees won 10-2 over the White Sox, but Davis Martin.
I wish what you said was true.
What?
That Davis Martin pitched last night for the Yankees.
Oh,
that would make me happy beyond.
I meant pitched in the game against the Yankees is what it meant. Yeah. He went 5 1/3, and
4 hits in a run.
4 hits in a run. So
5 Ks. Yeah. Struck out Aaron Judge twice.
Yeah.
Good night for Davis. Good night for his team.
Hopefully he can stay healthy.
Lead.
Mm-hmm.
That's been his challenge, isn't it? Staying healthy.
He had Tommy John surgery. I mean,
he missed the last, year and a half or whatever.
Okay.
I think his biggest challenge
he had an injury here for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say his biggest challenge is that he's in the White Sox organization right now.
Or his bullpen. Because they've blown him 2 leads in the last 2 starts.
In the last 2 starts, yeah. But this is not the first, second, or third time that has happened.
Yeah, I just feel like that comment is...
He gets unfair?
I don't know. Maybe it's not unfair. I mean, he's missed a lot of time because of that one injury.
Mm-hmm.
That one injury.
Yeah.
But it's not like he's coming down with hangnails and,
pesky ankle or something like that.
You say it that way and you make it sound like he's a frail guy. And
Okay.
Unfortunately... I don't think Josh is a frail guy either, but he's had numerous injuries where it feels like that could be a little bit more fair to him.
Probably so.
Even though they're freak injuries and it's not a situation where he's not taking care of himself. It's just been terrible luck.
Bad luck, yeah.
Yeah.
We get this. I'm going to take this as a compliment, but I don't think it's really intended that way, but it's maybe a little sarcasm. Chuck. Thank goodness you're around.
I think I would take that as a compliment.
I'm going to take it as a compliment.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
A Morning Drive. Good morning with Jamie Lent, Jeff McGuire, and Chuck Heinz. Jeff got us some comments from the former Red Raider and current Texas Ranger Josh Young. We'll get to that at 8 o'clock this morning, Jamie. Okay. We have a couple of those comments. Also, tomorrow, just a little programming note for you. We'll be excited to have Tom Stone with us at 8:30 tomorrow morning, and he'll talk about his soccer team and what's coming up this weekend. They open up play tonight on the road against Penn State. This is no Lindenwood. They're the number 4 team in the country.
They're a really good one.
They're really good.
Yeah.
And
if you have the Big Ten Network, you can watch it on the Big Ten Network.
Do you have that?
I do not.
I do not. Tech is ranked 8th, so it's not like Penn State's not like going, oh, hey, starting off here with this patsy. No, he's starting off with the number 8 team in the country.
Sure.
You don't see that very often, where number 8 plays number 4 in anything to start a season.
Well, that's great for the soccer team. You go on the road and play a really good team like that. Obviously, it's going to help you get ready for Big 12 play, but it's also good for your RPI and all that. Mm-hmm. So that's a good trip.
Yeah. First touch is at 6 o'clock tonight from State College, PA. They'll play at Jeffrey Field. Whiteout tonight, maybe? There?
I have no idea, Chuck.
We'll get Coach Stone's thoughts on that tomorrow morning at 8:30.
Well, it's Coach Stone really doesn't have thoughts. He doesn't get a choice.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
okay.
We'll get just
your fan. We're gonna wear red and black, and your fans have to wear purple.
Tech will take on CSUN on Sunday, and then next Thursday they'll play St. Bonaventure, and both of those matches will start at 7 o'clock at the John Walker Soccer Complex.
Yeah, no students, or should be less students on Sunday. So we need the We need the community to get out there on Sunday night to take on CSUN.
CSUN. That's the proper way to say that, CSUN?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll just call them that, CSUN. All right, before we get to Colorado, here's a couple of things from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. I think what makes Lindenwood such a deal is the fact that KU is being considered a favorite to compete for the Big 12 championship with their soft non-conference and conference schedule. Maybe they can prove us wrong. Okay. Somebody gives me the website address for Lindenwood. Thank you. Appreciate that. Lindenwood is a FCS school in the Ohio Valley Conference, just rose up from Division II. My son played golf for Lindenwood, Chuck. St. Charles, Missouri is the main campus. Okay. Then Lindenwood is in Missouri. They are D1. It's basically Abilene Christian. Okay. And we got this. Chuck, thank goodness you're around. Thank you.
I would agree.
Okay,
lemon meringue pie.
Right. It's going to have meringue on it, too.
I mean, but I guess the point is that just everybody has one of those.
What?
A Lindenwood. Everybody. I mean, and
right.
no offense to Abilene Christian, but it's similar to a Lindenwood.
Yeah.
We may know the name because it's 2 hours away from us. Yeah. But
both of those two schools.
I mean, Lindenwood's in your home state. Why do you not know that?
Well, that speaks to how much of a unknown, nondescript football program it is. But I mean, I grew up in that area. I've never heard of that school. I mean, I don't profess to be some kind of, mascot knowing, of all schools in Missouri.
He grew up in the state of Kansas, and what we all know is that
I was born on the other side of the state.
No, but what we all know is that if you're a college football fan of the state of Kansas, you root for Kansas State, and it's Kansas State and nothing else. And when it comes to basketball season, you root for the Jayhawks. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've never rooted for. I think I've rooted for K-State once. They were playing Baylor, and they lost that game, so never again. Never again. Okay, this is from a Heartland College Sports. This is teams that he says are overrated. I know that Colorado was picked outside the preseason top 10 in the Big 12, but they also have the most bets to win the Big 12 in Vegas. I don't know why that is. Well, I will personally not be betting on Colorado. Let me explain why. He talks about Shadur Sanders and Travis Hunter, who may, he says, be the best pound-for-pound player in the conference, but says there's just too many question marks. He talks about Pat Shurmur taking over the offense, pro-style guy who's going to be interesting to see, but who's going to block for Sanders in these backs? Last season, Colorado had one of the worst offensive lines in the country, and they struggled opening up any lanes for the running backs. They averaged only 69 yards per game on the ground, Jamie. 69.
It's going to make it tough on your passing game.
Now they
Teams don't have to respect the run.
Now they have 5 fresh faces up front, and I don't believe that you can throw 5 guys together from the portal and make it work in such a short time. Okay, that's fair.
Offensive line chemistry.
Defensively,
but Dion really doesn't know what chemistry is for an offensive line.
Defensively, this team has a lot to improve on. They were allowing over 450 yards of offense per game, as well as 35 points a game. Both those ranked in the bottom 10 nationally. Colorado has some talent in certain areas, but overall, I don't think that this 2024 team is going to be a Big 12 contender at all. Save your money, folks. Okay. So that ought to make you feel better about that Colorado game.
Yeah.
Just that article right there. I agree with Chuck. Lindenwood sounds more like Wayland than ACU. Yes. Thank you. Has there ever been an NFL player from Lindenwood? I don't know. I'd have to have heard of the school before I even could tell you if there's anybody from Lindenwood. Surely there has been somebody that got lucky.
How about a former head coach of the Kansas Jayhawks is a Lindenwood alum?
Is that right?
That's right.
Which one?
David Beatty.
He was terrible for the Jayhawks. and then he got summarily dismissed, and then he didn't like how he was dismissed, and they sued the university, and then they had to write him a check because they were stupid in how they did it.
They have former players that have played in Major League Baseball.
Yeah. Like who?
Like Jeff Hartley played for the Pirates, Mets, and Marlins.
Okay.
Let's see.
All of a sudden, everybody's becoming a Lindenwood fan.
They have Fabian
you knew this was coming
Florent,
when you said it.
who competed in the 2016 Summer Olympics for
Bosnia or someplace like that?
Fabian Florent. No, he is. I don't know, some country. I don't know. Not ours.
Our friend and
those are the most famous alumni I can find.
Our friend that you'll hear later on today, Mike Gustafson, reports in. Lindenwood is in St. Louis. Texas Tech baseball played them here in 1998. Monty Ward struck out 18. They were NAIA then, but now playing D1 like ACU. Yeah, well, they're like more like Wayland.
What is the difference? I mean, they're a team that you should beat by 40.
Yeah, right.
I mean, there's no difference between ACU, Wayland, Lindenwood. It's all the same. Your point of like, oh, they're playing Lindenwood. That's a completely weak schedule. ACU is the same exact thing. And look at every other college football team in America. They all have an ACU or Lindenwood on their schedule. I mean, every one of them.
I bet I could look at most Big 12, SEC, ACC.
Just because you haven't heard of them doesn't mean they're not a college.
just say it's just like what are you doing?
You had never heard of the pick and pop in basketball before, but it exists.
That's not true. This person says most have Tech finishing 6 and 6. I don't think so.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3, presented today by someone not named Jamie, is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
All right, gentlemen. We all just enjoyed watching a lot of Olympic coverage and gold medals being awarded. For the sake of this discussion, professional football is now an Olympic sport. So now we have professional football, baseball, hockey, and basketball in the Olympics. You get to pick the sport that you are going to be a phenom at a very young age of 12. And you have a career of playing on the Olympic team from when you are 12 to when you are over 60, and you have won 25 gold medals.
25?
No, not 20. I'm sorry, not 25. 12 gold medals. My apologies. Wrong math. Okay. You have 12 gold medals with these teams. You are a professional athlete in one of those 4 sports.
Which 4 again?
Either football, baseball, basketball, or hockey. You get to pick which one you want to put this measure with. However, you do not have a championship in that sport. You are not a contributor in the sports. You are a major player.
You're Charles Barkley is what you are.
He doesn't have 12 gold medals.
No, he's got one.
Would you trade 12 gold medals for one championship in your respective sport? And I have a follow-up.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. I don't care. 12 for 1.
12 for 1.
No, I don't think I would. I mean, that's just 12 great runs and great times and with my teammates and all that.
Over a very extended period of time. That's a long stretch.
Yeah, it's potentially 48 years, Jeff.
Mm-hmm. That's why you had to be a young phenom.
It'd be a 16-year-old kid.
And no one ever questions your greatness. No one's going to look at you as a failure with 12 gold medals.
Mm-hmm.
You would assume that you are a rock-solid plaque in the Hall of Fame and whatever
I'd prefer to win 9 gold medals and then trade 3 in for 1 regular season.
Sure.
champion.
But you got to trade 12 golds for one championship.
No, I wouldn't trade.
Chuck?
Man, I if you're a World Series champion, if you're a Super Bowl champion, even if you're an NBA champion and a Stanley Cup champion, man, those are big titles. But to be a 12-time gold medalist, 12-time? I mean, because when they introduce you, they're not going to say, hey, here's Jamie Lent, 12-time gold medalist. Here's Jamie Lent. He won gold medals in the Olympics. Oh, yeah, really? What'd you do? As opposed to, here's Jamie Lent. He played for the Yankees, played second base, hit a home run. The Yankees won the World. Oh, yeah, I remember that World Series. That was like 2003. Yeah, I remember that World Series. Yeah, you took a pitch on the 3-2 count.
Nobody remembers what happens in the Olympics?
Well, they do, but I mean, not like that.
And we're not talking like just one shot in the Olympics. This is an extended.
Look, I love the Olympics. If you would have
you're making the trade, is what you're saying. You would trade 12 golds for one championship somewhere.
No.
Knowing that you didn't have one.
Okay, here's the deal. If you could tell me I could be the quarterback of a Super Bowl champion team, I'm taking that. Because that's what I would want to be. I'd want to be the left-handed quarterback for a Super Bowl champion team.
See, I'm with Jamie. I'm not making the trade. That there's enough in that conversation. The 12 gold medals, the extended trips, the being a key player, and all.
I thought you said you were going to take the world championship.
No,
you're taking the 12 gold medals.
12 gold medals.
12 for one.
Okay, I'm taking the Super.
You're taking the one.
I'm taking the one. I'm going to be a Super Bowl champion.
One.
So now we're flipping this. You have one gold medal.
Mm-hmm.
Do you trade it for a championship in your respective sport?
Okay, so
it's your only medal.
That to me is a more difficult question to answer.
It is your only medal.
One gold medal.
One gold medal for a championship.
So we know Chuck's answer. I think that I think I would take the championship, not the gold medal, only because I just feel like you're with that group of guys so long in a baseball season, because mine's going to be baseball, and it's a grind for all of you. Whereas, the Olympics only comes around once every 4 years. Yeah, I think I would take the regular championship and World Series title over a Olympic gold in baseball. Just one for one.
It's so much harder when it's just one.
Yeah.
Because it's being a gold medalist. That's once only every 4 years. There's some specialness that goes with that. There's a World Series champion every year. You can be,
and you're put together with a group of superstars to go do that, rather than the guys that you grind with every day, every year. And so I respect the fact that it's not just a group of superstars. It's not an all-star team put together.
Right.
It's a group of guys that, some of you are superstars and some of you are end of the bench guys, and you find a way to get it done.
And there's you get the stories of the guy that's at the end of the bench that gets the hit that gets you into the playoffs, and that,
again. But some of those things could happen in an Olympics too.
It's a little different when Aaron Judge is hitting the home run off the bench.
He's the last guy off the bench. Yes, that's fair.
Than it is if it's Joe Smiley at the corner that just gets a pinch hit because he had to come in defensively in the last inning. Mm-hmm. I don't know that I'm trading one for one, but it's a lot closer than the 12 for. I'm not trading the 12 for 1.
12 for 1, no.
You're trading 1 for 1. You're going to do 1 for 1.
But I'm not trading 12
You're not
for
trading
1.
12
I don't
for
think
1.
I'm trading, but it's close.
Okay. You're not trading 1 for 1?
I don't know that I'm trading 1 for 1.
Okay.
It's close.
I think if it was an individual sport, it'd be different to me than a team sport.
Sure. Yeah, team sport. That's an absolute different conversation.
Yeah.
But you got teammates you think that factor into this.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Jamie Lent and Jeff McGuire. I'm Chuck Heinz. Great to have you with us. We come to you from the First United Bank studio here in downtown Lubbock. Yates Flooring Center chat line is open. Go to the Double T 97.3 mobile app for that. Visual Edge IT hotline, it's open too. 806-771-0973. I think before the end of this fine radio program, we'll give away some more tickets to Tech Night, which is on August the 24th. It'll be at the Council Home there on 130th Street. Doors will open at 5. Food will be served until 6:30. Going band from Raiderland will be there. Tech cheerleaders, Palms. Wes Kitley, the head track and field coach. Kenny Perry, the associate head coach, special teams, and running backs coach. And then the head man himself, Joey McGuire, will be there too to talk to the masses.
Top 5 days of the year for you.
Okay.
Where does
Tech Night
the
fall?
night of Tech Night fall in for you?
Okay, well, I've got to think about the other 4.
Business Expo is probably one.
I'm sorry, what?
Business Expo is probably one.
No, I think Selection Sunday is one for me.
Okay.
Okay. I think the Red Raider kickoff luncheon is in the top 5. The Tech Night is in the top 5. I think Tech Night used to probably be, it was my favorite night of the year. Selection Sunday is my favorite day of the year.
It's like the whole day. You have to count the whole day.
You have to count the whole day because you have the anticipation. First 4 in, next 4 out, What teams are going to be, are there any 1 seeds left? Or, is your team trying to make it in? What's the projected bracket? I mean, it's the whole day. And then afterwards, you've got the afterglow effect of, the brackets and who's going to be a bracket buster and all that kind of stuff.
You do realize that you have picked 3 days and you have not mentioned games.
Oh, well, I understand that. I understand that.
Like the Super Bowl was
Right.
not like number 1 is the Super Bowl. Super Bowl Sunday.
Well, Super Bowl Sunday is
Or like opening day of baseball, or like opening day of the NCAA basketball tournament. You've picked 3 things that are not sports, not games.
Well,
It's talking about games.
yeah. No, you asked me my top 5 days. Selection Sunday's 1, Tech Night's 1, Red Raider kickoff luncheon is 1, Business Expo is 1. I think, Super Bowl Sundays. I don't care if I went a lot of years without the Chiefs playing in Super Bowl Sunday. So, I've watched every one since 3. It's starting with Super Bowl 3. So, yeah, probably Super Bowl Sundays there.
Don't let me force it onto your
No,
list.
I can't think of anything else.
Don't let me force.
I'm not.
Don't let me force actual sporting events onto
No, I'm
your
just thinking.
list.
Selection Sunday, Tech Night, Red Raider kickoff luncheon, Business Expo. I'm trying to think of a 5th that really kind of gets the juices flying for me.
So you'd be good if we just skip this whole Tech football season.
No, not at all. Not at all.
But it doesn't make your top 5 at any point.
Sure it does. Sure, the season itself, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
What about your wife's birthday, Chuck? Or your birthday?
I don't.
Or the young phenom's birthday?
Here's
I
what
like the 4th of July.
here's what I just
Didn't
figured
crank
out.
the top for Christmas?
I just figured something out.
Yeah.
Chuck and I, not the same guy. We're different.
Well, somebody says this, tell me you're old without telling me you're old, Chuck. I don't feel old. Maybe I sound old some days, but or sound old.
I don't know
thinking.
if that makes you old or not. I'm
unique? I think.
I would think like 95 out of 100 sports fans are going to say first day of the NCAA tournament or Super Bowl Sunday is number 1 day for them.
Yeah, no.
Somebody
says that Chuck likes talking about sports, not watching that. I watch trust me, we watch a lot of sports at my house. Just ask the lucky lady. We're getting ready for once the NFL season starts. Now, college football, I mean, I'm all in because I'm going to the game, and it's an all-day experience for us. But on Sunday, starting at 11,
Taking a nap.
we're watching football.
We're sleeping in the recliner.
No.
And then the halftime show starts. So we get the
then they're talking at halftime. I'm waiting for that. I'm up for that.
Yeah, I'm all in for that. So.
You do you, Mr. Heinz. I mean, it's allowed to be different. You're allowed to be different.
There's plenty of games that I get juiced for. I mean, but you were asking about when I brought this up, I thought you were talking about like just events. You said top 5 days.
I said days.
Yeah,
I mean, again, 95% of sports fans are going to say opening day of the NCAA tournament and Super Bowl Sunday. That would combining those two, I would bet would hit 95%. For me, the opening day of college baseball season.
Sure, yeah, I know that.
Okay,
yeah.
number 1 on my list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not the first night of Tim Tadlock's radio show where we just talk about games.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
It's actually games.
It's funny. I was on the loop yesterday, and I was looking down. I'm like, hey, Thursday night's going to be spending over there. I'm looking forward to that. And hearing Coach Joey McGuire.
He'll be more excited about that than 2 days later when they play a game.
No, that's not true at all. That's not true. That's not true at all.
That's why we work so well together.
I like it when the plane flies over. I like it when we get there early enough and we hear the dun 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 dun. That's when you know it's getting ready to start.
I think it's when the kicker raises his hand.
You know,
and the official is blowing the whistle. Mm-hmm. The kicker raises his hand. Everybody's lined up in a line there.
Yeah.
On one side, and the other team's back. They put 11 guys out there.
Yeah.
That's when you know it's about to start.
Sure.
I mean, I'm
right
a fan.
then.
I mean, I'm a fan of a good flyover. So
who is it?
There's also no such thing as a bad flyover.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, if there was a crash involved, I think that would be bad. But
the other thing that my other query yesterday when I was over at football is, and I realized that the top of the double T says Texas Tech on it. I don't know if they're trying to sell that or not, but I was like, and you know how it is for me. Nothing's ever good enough. It's just like there's always.
We're well aware.
It's just like well, could we take it one next? I was really hoping there'd be some electronics at the top of that double T, like back in the old days when it would say self-tackleization or, something along those lines. And have this.
Brought to you by Chuck Heinz Enterprises.
The scroll would be, I guess, yeah, for anything, you could make anything happen, with a check, anything can happen. Right?
Probably so.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.